Theme song. Theme song. Hold up. I fucked up. 1 second. Monitor on, you bitch. My name is Mauricio Rivera, and this is I'm thinking about changing the name, man. It's my dumbass opinion about everything. But, I don't know, I'm thinking about changing that name. But that's what it is today. We're going to be all over the place today, man. I recorded an episode the other day. It was like World Mental Health Awareness Day, or some shit like that. And I had recorded this nice, long, cohesive episode acknowledging mental health awareness and mental health in general and blah, 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 blah. But then, as I was reviewing the recording, I realized that the first incarnation of that sign had a couple of typos. My wife put that up there for me, and I didn't triple check. And I mean, I might as well have had a booger in my nose the whole fucking time. The homie was like, just post that shit. Doesn't matter. I can't. So anyways, yeah, that was a cohesive episode, and I was going to redo it, but then I'll come back to it later. Another time. I'm over it. Anyways, today, I don't have a topic, but I want to talk about, I'm going to just tell you a couple things. I'm not going to talk about shit. I'm going to just tell you a couple things. I tricked my phone into thinking that I was a conservative. Hold on 1 second. Hey, could you guys keep it away from the door a little bit, please? I'm in my bedroom. My children are acting crazy right outside of it. Anyways, I tricked my phone into thinking I was conservative. Like I know, if you click on certain articles and shit like that, like I was on Flipboard and I would click on all the Fox News shit, click on conservative view hashtags. I looked up conservative right wing kind of weird shit on Instagram and you know what I mean? Just shit like that. My phone thinks that's a crazy carving. My phone thinks that so my phone started to think that I was conservative. And I did this because I wanted to see if a theory I had was true, that there are two completely different realities in America. And there are. My phone, the information that I get now that my phone thinks that I'm conservative, the news articles that it pushes to the front, the stuff that jumps at the top of my Explore page on Instagram is completely different than the other shit when my phone thought that I was left-leaning. And the articles are just as well written. They're not presented as crazy and out of touch, but they're just a completely different viewpoint. Different talking points, different statistics, different interpretations of the same exact statistics. And I say this, I guess, because the original thought came from, why is it that so many white people don't seem to understand like what is glaringly obvious to like minorities and shit like that? Like, why don't white people get the injustices and shit like that? Like, why don't they? It's fucking obvious, right? Is what I thought, is what we all thought. Like, shit, we see the same fucking news, you see the same thing, we do not. See, I live in Arizona, and one day I watched the local news, Arizona's local news. I'm from LA. I can tell you, we don't get the same information, and we don't get it presented to us in the same way. So if you trust your news sources, like if you watch this, just know there's a parallel universe inside of this universe that shit doesn't exist. That they have credible shit to contradict intellectuals. You know what I mean? On the other side, who articulate shit very well. So what happens is they actually like, yeah, white people sometimes they just are conservative or whatever the fuck. They just don't know. They don't get it because that's not what they are. That's not the information they're presented with. When you see a police news on a police shooting in Arizona, or you see it on the news in Arizona about a police shooting, dude, the tone is way different. It's not accusatory. It's very cop friendly. It's what did you do type shit. Whereas you get another news and the headline is the police are out of control if you get it from another news station. You know what I mean? So it just depends on what the algorithm feels like you want to see. And then that made me think of another thing. See, I told you we're gonna be rambling in this motherfucker. I have no direction. It made me think are we really searching for truth in our lives? You know what I mean? Are we really searching for truth, or are we searching for things that validate our truths already, or what we can see consider to be the truth? Like, do we want the actual truth, or do we just want to look for things that cement what we said? I do that shit sometimes. When I was in prison, there was this thing coming up where I had halftime. You know, so if you had halftime, if you had 50%, your time was going down to 35%. So this was big news. You know, I was going to get out early. If something like this went through. Now, it was rumors, and when you're in prison, shit's really a rumor because you get info from these weirdo ass guards, the newspaper, or what somebody's telling you over the phone. Some people got cell phones and shit like that, but nobody's breaking their shit out to read the news. So when I was there, I was, this was like, it gave me life. Like, oh shit, my 50's dropping to 35%. Oh, I'm gonna go home sooner. I can get back to my life. And it gave me hope. So I only talked to people and I only accepted information that would confirm that this was probably gonna happen. I never talked to anybody who was like, nah, that shit ain't, those things don't go through. That's just talk, that's rumors, blah, blah, blah. That's been on the table for years. Yeah, fuck that. I did not talk to those people. I don't care if they had pertinent information. I don't care if they could have just set my mind at ease and I could have went on about my life. No siree, Bob. I needed to believe that 50 was going to drop to 35. And I only spoke to people who reinforced that. It made me feel good. I needed that fucking shit. Now, turns out, it didn't happen. But it got me by. The hope that it might happen up into the last second, it was getting me by. Up until I had actually did my whole 50%, I was still looking at that 35% as a possibility. And if somebody would have proved to me that it wasn't going to happen, it might have made my time slow down. It might have took away from my hope. So I wonder if we do that on a bunch of levels, politically, culturally, and shit like that. Socially, we just we look for things to prove that we right. You know, now I've gotten into the habit of trying to prove myself wrong. As soon as I have an idea, I try to break that bitch down, you know, because I feel like I do actually want the actual truth. I don't now with world issues and shit like that. Um, I don't even know if there's a truth, you know, with all the isms and with all the movements and shit like that. And there's so much manipulation and and ill motivation that I don't know if you can reach a truth with that. But in my personal life, you know, and in things, you know, that I do culturally and my philosophies and shit like that, I'd like to whittle it down to like purity, truth, I guess. Um, so yeah, that's that. Tricked my phone into thinking I was conservative just so I can see the other side. And I saw the other side. I'm not exactly a liberal either. Don't take me there. There's no ism in me. I'm isms are for assholes. Conservatism, liberalism, racism, capitalism, class, all that shit is fucking for sheep, dude. I'm none of that because uh, I'm part of no group. I have my own individual thoughts and aspirations and interpretations, and you ain't about to lump me or my philosophies with anybody. They wouldn't fit, and I don't think yours does either. I just think that being part of an ism makes people comfortable. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so just to see how the other side live, yeah, I tricked my phone. Even when I look at my wife's Instagram, she lives in another world. Like if I look at her social media as opposed to my social media, um, it's different. It's different. We're on the same platform. We follow each other. We're married. We're obviously live in the same house, same kids and shit like that. But on our feeds, different information. She don't know shit about. Like I'll bring up something and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's all over the fucking internet." And she's like, "No, it's not." And then she'll say something and what the fuck is that? I've never heard of that before. You know what I mean? And it's because there are not just two, there might be fucking a million realities going on at the same time, man. We don't know. Like literally, I'm laying next to a person in bed that's on the same app, looking at different shit. Like they're giving us different information on the explore page, on the suggestions, the advertisements, all that shit. Anyways, fuck all that. Um, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, so is the move that everything? No, I jumped way the fuck somewhere else. I don't care. Is the move that everything needs to be like money motivated? Is that is that what the self help shit is? Yo, don't yell by this door, dude. The bag. I hate that. I hate the word. I hate the idea behind it. Yada yada yada. But like, is that all we aspire to? Is the bag? You want money. All the self help shit, all of the self love shit is just like you want money and you want attention and you want people to think that you're hot and funny. And that's what people motivate you to do. Like when the niggas are they're on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and they doing that money slide shit, you know, they slide the money down their arms. Well, see, you might only see that if you're a certain part of the population. I see that shit. Um, But when they're doing that shit and they're showing off the money and they say, motivational purposes only. They're not motivating you to be a better person or motivating you to get your life centered and on track. They're literally motivating you to do whatever is necessary to be able to slide some money down your arm too. You know what I mean? Or show a chain off or some shit like that too. Um, when Diddy's motivating you, he's like, get up, the hustle, hustle. I woke up today feeling like a hustler. I just want to hustle. It's like, God damn, Brody. Yo, baby mama just died. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world is in a state of fucking chaos. Like, you got kids you need to raise and shit like that. And you got extreme wealth already. And you sitting here talking about hustling and shit. Hustle. I gotta hustle. I woke up thinking about new projects and shit. You know what I'm saying? And new ventures to make some more money. Not to push anything forward, not to be the dopest, but just to make some more money. Will Smith, that's my name. I love Will Smith's fucking Instagram page. But that rich ass nigga is selling merch. That rich motherfucker is selling fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air merch. Like, what? Are you kidding? All y'all niggas rich. Literally everybody in the house got more money than everybody else in the world. Fucking Jaden Smith alone, by himself is rich. Willow, by herself on her own accomplishments, she got paper. They mama, rich. And you are selling fucking t-shirts? And then, your followers are going to buy them. So you just taxing motherfuckers. You taking $45 from a motherfucker for their fandom. You know what I mean? Like, just because they want to support you. But you rich as fuck. So, like, you should be giving back to your fans. Like, put up a fucking free movie, or I don't know how you would do nothing like that. That was stupid, but you know what I'm saying. Give away some other shit, man. Don't just money. Hustle. And then they try to trick you into thinking that it's something about, you know what I'm saying, improvement. That just improves your, and now don't get me wrong. Like I've said in other episodes, I do think money, extreme wealth, is a path to happiness if you're a well-adjusted person. But see, if you're just preaching the extreme wealth, then it shows that you're not well-adjusted. Like you don't get it and then continue to pursue it. You get it and then you use it to fucking live blockage free. Is that a word? Blockage free. You get it to live without obstacles, and you get it to be able to express yourself without financial constraints, and you get it to be able to help the world, and you get it, you know what I'm saying? But you don't get it just to keep getting it and getting it and getting it. And that's the problem with, motivational purposes only. That's not where we start. We don't start with the fucking money. You start with the thought process, right? Or capitalism wins, man. You start with the thought process. I like money. Duh. You know what I mean? No shit. Nobody wants to be fucking broke. But all of this, you gotta get out there, you gotta get this, and you showing motherfuckers jets and big diamonds and shit. It doesn't matter how hard most people hustle, they're not gonna attain that level of wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go hard in the fucking paint and land at $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? And That's not gonna fucking get you on a private jet and diamonds and shit like that. But that's fucking admirable. If you can peel off 100 grand a year, man, you can have a great fucking life, dude. But they ain't telling you this. They motivating you to heights that you can't achieve. That's like fucking Diddy telling or Floyd Mayweather or some fucking body, some rich ass nigga who, you know, through a set of circumstances is has an obscene amount of paper telling you he's just trying to motivate you by showing you $1 million cars and shit like that is like fucking, I don't know, man. Michael Jordan or LeBron or something, you know what I'm saying? Like dunking on me and saying, I'm just trying to motivate you to, like, you know what I'm saying, see that you can do this shit. Like, no, I'm 5'5", nigga. 5'6" with shoes on. I ain't never gonna dunk in my life, nigga. You feel me? Like, so, like, you know, I don't even know what my point is. I guess it's just that, like, is that really where we headed, where everybody thinks that they should start a business and be a gajillionaire? And then to what end? You don't see nobody doing anything interesting with the money. You would think one person would do something interesting with their money. You know what I mean? I saw this meme, and it was like all these billionaires and not one person grew up to be Batman. And that's real shit. Like, nobody did no fine shit with their money. It's just, oh, let me get money, and then let me show you I have the money, and then let me stay in a constant pursuit of it because I have to keep this front of. So it's just money, 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 money. And then you don't improve as a person. Even if that money talk helps you, even if it motivates you to become a boss hustler, which I know thousands of people and very few are rich. And I know entertainers and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And just motherfuckers ain't rich like that. Like, they don't have it, you know. But, let's say you do attain that level. They've motivated you to get that money, to get rich. Then what? Are you centered? Or did you skip all that fucking good shit? Because I can tell you right now, the collapse is coming. For all young people, at some point the collapse is coming. And none of these rich motherfuckers are telling you, they don't speak about psychology at all. At all. They don't factor in the psychology of a situation at all. So it's just about, look how much I have. Look how much I have attained. You can do this too. When it actually, you can't. You know what I mean? You can't. That was a lie when they told you could be anything you want to be. That was a lie. And especially when you get older. You talking to an adults telling them, oh, you can be. No, bro. Anybody you see that's fucking reached a certain level after a certain age, when they say, oh, so-and-so wrote their first screenplay at 40. Okay, that's an anomaly. That's one person. That's the lottery. You know what I'm saying? You know how many motherfuckers wrote their first screenplays at 40 and only to never have them even seen by another human being? You know what I mean? So, but you can't use the one as the rule. Now that's not to say that you should just give up on what it is that you aspire to be, but don't let one of these money hungry, thirsty, crazy motherfuckers trick you out of your current stability into chasing some fucking dream. You know what I mean? Chase your dreams, just don't be tricked into this shit. You know. Knuckle is ashy. I don't really have a whole bunch more to say today. Shit's been fucking crazy. Signing a lease on a retail space. So, opening up a store. And going back to school to get a degree in psychology, man. We gonna work this shit out. You thought I was fucking playing, didn't you? No, sir. We gonna work this motherfucking shit out. We gonna get right, Jack. Um, and I was talking to my friend, talking to my friend Mark, and he was we were basically, he said, there's nobody knows shit, and like he's pretty much done with these thought-provoking conversations that people try to have, and I agree with him. Because you're never going to get to a consensus, and because there's too much missing information, and because there's really no point. Yeah, I'm done with that too. But I do think like individual perspectives can still be salvaged. And so that's why I'm doing the psychology thing. It's going to help me, and then I'll help them, and then we'll help each other. And then maybe there'll be a subsect of society, who's kind of on the same wave of like, we just want the elevation of of society in the right direction. Like fair, loving, creative society of intellectuals and shit like that. And then maybe with this sect, they'll have their children, and those children, and then in a couple of generations, maybe maybe it's our time. Maybe we get to swap places with the idiots. That was what I wanted to say. Should I do that now, or should I wait? Fuck it. Let's do it right now. I was another thing I noticed, and I spoke on it on the SoundCloud version on some of the earlier episodes that of the podcast, that it seems as though people just want to swap places with their oppressor. I'm going to tell you something super depressing that I just noticed. I'm not going to do what I just said I was going to do. I'm not going to do that whole episode. I'll just wait till another episode before I go with the swap places. Because this is what I just noticed. This is my mic for the recording. This is the mic for that. I hope you guys can hear me. This is really disappointing. Motherfucker. My name is Mauricio Rivera, and I might have just fucked this whole thing up. Fuck. Oh, man. What a crock of shit, dude.